See, I'm helping somebody, whether you sit there and act all sedity if you want to. I'm helping you to learn how to put away your childish behavior. And sometimes, like it or not, pouting is childish. Note this, as I always teach y'all, God is the only one that don't need to change. And look at somebody real quick and just tell him, you ain't God. Now, y'all know I'm teaching to the church, right? Because we being taught we should be united. And if we're not, somebody's misbehaving. Somebody need to put something away. So let's look at tonight 3 things that people sometimes need to put away in order to have the same mind. And I believe this will help us tonight. Notice what Paul said. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. So basically, he was a what? Y'all see that? If you speak like a child, if you think like a child, if you understand like a child, I might well call you a child. I don't care how old you are. You childish. Because you're going to know a child by his doings. Paul said, when I was a child, spoke like a child. How many of you have been talking to grown folk, but what was coming out their mouth, you were looking at them like, you big baby. That's just like a child. Okay, let's get to the meat of it. But notice what he said. But when I became a man, mature, notice that the first sign Paul gives of a person coming into maturity is that they put away what? They put away what? They put away what? That's the first thing I want to deal with. Sometimes you can't possess the same mind until people put away childishness. Can never have it. We can never think alike. We can never talk alike until somebody put away childishness. Is God going to take childishness? According to this verse, we got to do what with it? So ain't no need in me coming to the altar saying, oh, God, help me not to be childish. I can do it, but if I'm mature, I should know the scripture says I have to do what with it? Put it away. So it's not going to put itself away, right? Notice. You have to put it away. See, you can't go home tonight and pull off your clothes, know where they need to be placed, and then get to praying, Lord, put up the clothes. How many know God is not going to show up? How many know he's not going to answer that prayer? Why? Because he have given you power to do what? Put them up. See, I'm helping somebody, whether you sit there and act all sedity if you want to. I'm helping you to learn how to put away your childish behavior. And sometimes, like it or not, pouting is childish. When you won't open up your mouth and communicate what's wrong with you, but you give folk an attitude, in my opinion, sometimes that's childish. If you don't want me to know, don't let me be able to detect that there's a problem. And then I won't keep asking you, what's wrong with you? I told you nothing. Well, what you pouting about? What didn't you like about what happened today? Because some folk, you sit down and eat with them, everything wonderful, get up from the table, and then it's like something hit them. And you wonder, was it the food? Was it what was on TV? Did I say something? Put that childishness away. Childishness messes up marriages because marriages were never intended for children. Teach pastor. Childishness messes up ministry because ministry was never intended, not grown folk ministry. Right? There are some things you can be doing, and if you let childishness enter in, it's going to create confusion. Okay, let's deal with it. Number one, you know childishness needs to be put away if you argue over small or unimportant matters. You need to put that away. If you like arguing over small matters or things that are unimportant, but you want to fuss all day about something small, you need to do what with that attitude? What you need to do with that attitude? What you need to do with it? Tell somebody, go ahead and file that in section 13, known as trash can. Number two, don't just disagree with people just to be difficult. That's childish. Right? Some of you disagree with folks. You just trying to be difficult today. Know that what the person was saying was right, but you in one of your moments where you just want to be difficult. Is that not childish? Some folks disagree just to be difficult. We'll disagree with you. You know they're being difficult because another person can walk up and say exactly what you said. They agree with them, but they would not agree with you. How many have ever had somebody do you like that? They disagree with you. Watch this. But then I said the same thing, or I said it in a similar way. And then they had the nerve to tell you, Pastor was on it today. Wasn't that good what he was talking? And you be like, good. You fought me all week about that. You said I was crazy out of my mind when I told you the same thing he said up there and said last night. I've been telling you that we need to get together and talk about these bills, and you told me that didn't make no sense. And then Pastor said, and I saw you standing up, making folk think I was the one holding us up. But guess what? They're trying to be difficult. Trying to be. Tell you that we got to put that away. Tell them that there's no room for that type behavior this year. Okay, watch this. Watch this. I got to bring it home. Number three, when mature saints, see, when you put away childish, mature saints can solve problems on their own unless they act in childish. See, if you say you mature, if you don't put away childishness, even though you know how to solve something, you won't solve it until you put away childishness. You feel me? See, in the church, there are certain leaders that's going to come across, and certain saints that's going to come across certain problems. You shouldn't need no help solving that problem. You've been taught enough to know how to deal with that right there. Do you feel me? Unless you giving way to being childish, and now you going to have to go get help with something that really, if you weren't being childish, you could have solved that on your own. Can I break it on down? There are certain problems that should hit the deacon's office but never come out of the deacon's office because all of them been set aside or being deacons for 4+ years now or more. It's certain problems all arise in y'all office. Y'all all know how to solve it. You should nobody have to say, well, let's get with Pastor on this. No. Y'all been deacons long enough. Unless one of y'all being childish, you all better solve that. Right? Brother Rodney and Sister Tamika been working in the music ministry now for what, 7+ years or since the church was established, right? We ain't had nobody else, right? Okay. Now, it should be certain problems that pop off in the music ministry that they should be able to solve unless one of them being childish. Right? Can I tell you something about me? I don't mind going to people, but I don't want to go to somebody with something that I could have solved if I wasn't being childish. Because now I'm not only wasting my time, but whoever I go to, I'm really wasting their time. Y'all know you done had folk come to you and they asking you questions that you know they should know. Anybody ever ask y'all no questions that you did like, I had the nerve of you to ask me that? Fourth and final thing when it comes to childhood, putting it away. Unwilling to forgive and move forward. That's childish. Once you settle something, forgive And then do what? Move forward. I'm going to forgive, but I can't move forward. Well, you ain't forgave then. You haven't forgiven until you're able to move forward, listen, in some kind of way. Right? Because sometimes when you get into it with people and have alts, you may have to take baby steps. You may not be able to jump all the way back into, okay, we're going to do our lunch date as we always do too. I'll see you at 12. No. No, we will not see each other at 12. But we will speak. You see what I'm saying? That's showing that you move in what? Forward. But when you get stuck being unwilling to forgive, there's no way you can have the same mind. You're creating trouble. You're creating trouble, right? Because when people don't forgive, that's the thing they always want to talk about. Look at somebody and say, the next time you mess up, own it. Tell your neighbor, next time you blow it, own it. You know what that means? Admit it. Come straight on in. Because when people own it, you got the ability to grow from whatever happened. If I own my failures, I can grow from that. That's not the last mistake I'll ever make, but I don't want to make that one again, but I do want to learn from it. Right? But it's hard to be on one accord with people who lie, won't admit when they're wrong.